So me and Dad, we've been working so hard today outside, so I decided that I just make his favorite supper, which is a grilled steak. We've got some fresh steaks from a locally grown farm, but I don't think my grill's supposed to be doing this. It's a pellet grill. I've been having issues with it, but it will calm down here in a minute, y'all. But I just had to show y'all this because I laugh every time it does this. I'm like, it's going to burn up one of these days. Welcome to Whippoorwill Holler. I'm Miss Lori, and this is Mr. Brown. We live in the hills of Arkansas. We love the Lord. Keepers of the old way, but accept some of the new. We love to cook, and we love to eat. We love to garden. It's in our blood. It's how we stay sustainable and fill our pantry. We do a lot of canning and preserving. We live a sustainable life. We love our family. We work hard. And every once in a while, we like to dance. So y'all join us. Okay, well, the fire has calmed down a little bit, y'all. The sun is coming kind of through the wrong way. What I've got today is I've got a couple of porterhouse cuts is what I've got. Now, we don't like a lot of seasoning on our steaks. Salt and pepper and a little bit of garlic, and that's it. I'm also going to be grilling some bell peppers. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to put some olive oil over my peppers. Now this, I'm not going to put a whole lot. Just enough to keep the salt and pepper on them and to keep them from sticking to the grill. Now I'm not going to put them over the open flame just yet. I just want them to grill just a little bit before I do that. Now this pellet grill, like I said, it's not in real good shape, but it still cooks. It cooks as well as it can right now. Danny likes his steaks medium rare. I like mine medium well. So I have learned to go ahead and eat it a little bit pink. I am learning that. But I've always liked my steaks medium well. These are really pretty porterhouse steaks. Like I said, we got them. I'm going to put just a little bit. I'm not going to put a whole lot of olive oil. They're locally grown and processed. And I do like to put quite a bit of salt. A protein needs a lot of salt. Now you know, there's a lot of people that use all kinds of stuff on their steaks. We just like it simple. I want my steak to taste like a steak. I don't want it to taste like anything else. So that's just the way we like it. Now, my grill gets pretty hot. It don't seem to want to calm down much anymore. So I turned it down. You can hear it, I know, in the background. I'm just going to put a little bit of garlic pepper. Garlic powder, not garlic pepper. I'm also going to put a little bit of salt on my peppers. Just like that. And now we're going to get to grilling. And Hank's over here wanting some steak. You can't have no steak today, boy. I done give you your treat. You'll get the bone after a while, I guarantee you. So I don't put it over the direct fire yet. I just kind of put it beside it. And then after just a couple of minutes, then I'll char grill it and put it over the fire. So I'm gonna let these steaks cook probably about 3 minutes. Then I'll flip it, and then, well, let's take that back. I'm gonna do it probably about 4 minutes on each side, but then I'm gonna char grill it, which means I'll put it right over the main flame and char grill them. Now, while our steaks are cooking, I'm going to explain to you the size that we're going to have. I don't know how many of y'all have rice cookers. A lot of y'all cook your rice just on the stove, just the old-fashioned way, or some of y'all even use the Instant Pot. I have a rice cooker that I bought a couple of years ago, and I love using that thing. It's easy to use, it's easy to clean up, and you can cook it. You can throw so much in this rice cooker and make one dish in that thing. But anyways, so the recipe, and I've already done it, so I'm just going to explain the recipe to you. This is one of the sides that we're eating with our steak tonight. And it's Santa Fe rice. And I just took, in my rice cooker, it usually takes 2 to 1. So 2 cups of water, and I used a cup of jasmine rice. And I put probably about a tablespoon of my chicken bouillon in my water. I'll have the recipe wrote down in the information box below. And then I use those tubes of tomato paste is what I use, and I put about a tablespoon in there. I put a tablespoon of butter. I put 2 teaspoons of cumin, half a teaspoon of chili powder, probably a tablespoon of minced garlic, and then I drained and rinsed a can of black beans and put that in the pot with them. Let me check Danny's steak. So I'm going to turn his, because he likes his medium rare. I'll let mine continue to cook on that side. Okay. And salt and pepper. Now you can put some green chilies in there, just anything like that. And then I just put all of that in there with my raw rice, turn the rice cooker on, and within about, I think it takes about 15-20 minutes, the rice is perfect and it tastes so good. So I'll have that down in the description box so you'll know how I made the Santa Fe rice that we'll be eating with our steak. I also made some homemade ranch dressing, because we'll be eating a little bit of a salad with it, and that will be our supper. It's about that easy. We try not to, especially we've been out working all day today, y'all. I managed to get a shower, and he likes a good steak, so he split a bunch of wood today and worked really hard, so I thought I'd cook him a steak. I know I've had people ask me if I would show them how I grill my steaks, and it's just as simple as can be. I don't put a lot of seasoning on it, and I don't cook them to death. I try to make sure that my grill is at a good temperature. This one's at 250 on this pellet grill, and it does really good. And then when I feel like they're cooked enough, I'll put them right in the middle where the flame is, and I'll char them just a little bit. And I'll also char these peppers too, these bell peppers. So I hope that y'all had a nice day as we did. This is Tuesday. It's been a beautiful day. It will get cold again at night. That's just the way the weather is. This is the last of February going into March. And I can tell you, we've had snow in March, so you never know. But I did get a lot done in my garden. So we had a good, productive day today. Okay, they're still cooking. Looking good. The bell peppers are starting to get charred. Is this making y'all hungry? I love anything grilled. Chicken, pork steaks, anything like that. And I love to smoke meat too. You know, used to, even though brisket it has always been a high piece of meat, used to, we could every once in a while splurge and get us a brisket and smoke it. Oh my goodness. It's my favorite thing in the world. It always has been. And there's nothing like a good Texas brisket. Okay, our steaks are done. I cooked them about 4 minutes on each side. Then I put them on the main, in the middle where the flame comes up and kind of charred them. Our peppers are done. That thing is so loud. Now, hey, no, Hank. Can't have no steak. I'm sorry. You will get the bone after a while, though. Okay, let's fix our plates. I'm going to fix Mr. Brown's first. We just got a real simple garden salad with some cucumbers, a little bit of, I'm going to put some ranch dressing on it, some homemade ranch dressing, and some Parmesan, shredded Parmesan on it. I'm going to put some of this Santa Fe black bean rice. I wish I had some avocados. That would really set all this off. But I am going to use some of my homemade corn relish. If you've never made or had this recipe of this old-fashioned corn relish, you would absolutely love it. You can eat this stuff on absolutely anything. Anything. It goes with everything. I think I'm down about 3 jars and I'm going to be out. So this summer I will be making some more. This was canned up in 2022 and it's still just as delicious. Mr. Brown absolutely loves it. And like I said, you can eat it with just anything. I'm going to get our peppers. Now, we like to eat the charred skin of the peppers. A lot of people take that charred skin off, but we eat it. We like it. Mr. Brown's steak. I hope it's like he likes it. Now this thing's bigger than the plate, y'all, but we're gonna put it on there. He can figure it out later. He'll get it ate though, y'all. What do you think? But I'm just gonna cut the ends off these peppers. And the seeds will just come right out really easy. And you can cut these peppers however you want. He likes to eat his with his steak. I love these little sweet peppers. They're so good. Now you can also just tear them. They're so tender when you grill them like that. You can just kind of tear them in strips. I'm going to place mine over my rice. I could eat these just by themselves. Nothing else. I'll put some on his rice. I like doing these bell peppers even after they cool off and they're not even warm, and I just like to eat them. I just think they're so good. I'll put some on his steak too. He can have as many as he wants. So here it is, y'all. What do you think? He worked hard today, and I think he deserves this plate. I hope he enjoys it. A beautiful day today. I think it got up over 60 today. I don't even know. I've been so busy outside. I just have been in my own little world. I've been dragging stuff up here to what will be my new garden spot. My new cottage garden. And I've just got it here and there and everywhere. So I'm just trying to figure everything out. I've only got one bed that I've got some seeds, and I've even got some plants in, some of my starter plants. I've only got one full of compost so far. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my time, and I'm going to do one bed at a time. I tend to get out here and overdo it, and I'm just not going to do that this year. So, and plus, you know, it's still going to be cold. The ground's still cold. The soil's still cold. So there's a lot of seeds that just won't, you know, that soil's got to be a certain temperature. But I did get this bed right here. It's got some spinach and lettuce and carrots and chives, lettuce, radishes in it. And along the edge, I planted some perennial wildflowers just around the edge. And each one of my beds will be full of flowers, whether it be annual or perennial. Going to be full. And I'll interplant my vegetables within all these beautiful flowers. Of course, this out here is the big garden. This is where our bigger crops and stuff will go out here. Y'all can see the pond is full. And then, of course, back in the back, that used to be the kitchen garden, is where all the fruit trees and fruits like my raspberries and blackberries and blueberries and strawberries, apple trees, fig trees, plum trees, cherry trees, all that's where that will be. But I get excited about this stuff because I know when everything starts growing and looking so pretty, and I've got everything arranged the way I want to, and everything's just full and blooming, it's just going to be so pretty. But this right here is like a canvas for me. Just like a painter has a canvas. This is my canvas. This is what I work with and what I enjoy doing the most. Not only just to benefit us for, you know, the eating of all the beautiful vegetables, but just the beauty of it. So I'm dragging out different containers. I got this little guy. Maybe hard to see him because of the sun. I got him off Amazon. It's solar. I've even got some pebbles, some big pebbles I'm going to put in there. And I've even got a water lily that I'm trying to bloom right now that I'm going to put in there that I think will be pretty. And then I'm going to plant some flowers and stuff, or some kind of plants around this tree stump. So it's a work in progress still. But like I said, I'm not going to overdo it, stress myself out about it, because then you just don't enjoy it. I've got another old garden bench that I'm going to bring out here and set somewhere. This time of day, of course, is going to be pretty sunny. So my vegetables will get plenty of sun. I've got my 2 water barrels here. The MacGyver that I live with, Danny Brown, knows how to rig up a system, because there's a lot of water when it rains that comes down that top of that greenhouse, and it fills up the water barrels. And here in this old wagon and in this container, I've got some different, I think I got daffodils. Now I've done forgot what I planted here. Daffodils and some irises, some different Easter flowers that I've got in here. I'm really hoping they'll take off and really come through there. And the reason I got this over is because to keep the chickens, because we let our chickens out and let them free range, and I don't, I'd get upset if they got in there, and they would. They'd get in there and scratch all that up. Today I planted these. These are grape hyacinths. They're beautiful, especially, you know, they usually come up during Easter. You see them out, especially the older house places and different places that, well, I know you see the daffodils and the hyacinths and stuff at a lot of old home places that were planted years and years ago. And I've got, this is full of coneflowers and different stuff that I done forgot what I'm planting. Isn't that sad? There's probably a thing in there that's, I know I stick it down there so I remember. So these are some of the containers that I brought out. Different things that I'm going to try to work with. And I do just like just looking at them. I think they look good, kind of where they're at. Then over here I've got some honeysuckle, blackberry, and raspberry plants to add to my others. Of course, in here all winter I've had the spinach and kale. And there's Hank. There's Hank. What do you say, Hank? Huh? What do you say, Hank? Over here's some tulips. Some allium right here in this big one. And then there's parrot mix tulips in there too. So hopefully they'll start coming up. But you just look and you just find things at flea markets or things that you already have around your house. And you just bring them out and you just start adding them. I'll move stuff around till I get it to really the way I like it. Of course, once I get everything planted, I know the sun's off right now. I should have done this probably this afternoon, but I'm going to be busy this afternoon. So I think Hank's a little hot today. I told Danny I'm going to have to get him a little kid pool for this summer. Keep him cool. But that's what I've been doing today. It doesn't really look like I've got a lot done, but I have. I even, inside the greenhouse right now, is where I'm storing a lot of my garden equipment and of course everything that I used to plant with. And right now I've got some little plants in there, and I need to get the rest of my little fence up around this, keep chickens out of it. So somebody was asking me, how am I going to keep the deer out of this? Most of the deer up here, they want to eat your green beans, the top side of your okra, maybe your sweet potato vines. The other things they don't really mess with, but with Hank being here, it won't be as bad. And I will interplant different herbs and stuff that deer don't like the smell of, and flowers and stuff like that. So hopefully that will help. And also, as time goes on, depends on what's planted out here, I will have to have a shade cloth over some of it and stuff like that. But I'm also going to make me some kind of a scarecrow or something like that put out here. I want to make me a pretty one put out here. Not that it really scares the deer, but I just think they look neat. But Danny's been splitting wood today and getting it under the shed, the wood shed. And I think he said he might have about 9 rick ready for next winter. That's what it will have. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. It's all about sustainability and all about survival.
Guns can hop over tall fence in there.
No, they won't. They won't get in. They never have.
You don't think?
Uh-uh.
Did you get some of that compost today?
Uh-uh.
You see it up there.
I see it. Oh, I'm so full. Are you full?
I'm way too full.
Oh, that was a good supper, though.
Very delicious. After a hard day's work, huh?
I told him you cut some, or you split.
Hauled up and split, or about a rick and a half.
So, about how many ricks we got ready for, or we gonna have for next winter already?
There's 6 or more in the shed right now, and I figure I've got at least 2 more. We'll have probably between 8 and 9 rick started next winter. And winter like this winter, I think we burned about 5. So
we didn't have bad winter just up here recently, did we?
we had a couple of bad colds and snow, but no.
Man, we could get more.
Oh yeah, I've seen snow in March. I've seen frost plumb through March too. So it's a long ways off. We're just getting high hopes.
I know. But I'm glad I got some of my cold weather seed, stuff out. Maybe they'll come on up.
Boy, you can feel that cool when you get down here next to this pond, this valley.
That's unreal.
Like somebody turned on air conditioning.
Yeah, it's like somebody turned the AC on. Hank, don't you go up to the road. I mean, I have felt that when we was on the river, but I don't know that I've ever.
Sun's going down. This valley's cooled off. That pond.
It's cooled off.
Cooled it off. I mean, just like you stepped right in the air conditioning room.
Well, it'd be nice if that pond would just hold.
If it just stay right there, I'd be happy. But it's going down. I gotta get down there and get that big stump out of that spillway.
So Avery was down here with you the other day. She likes it when Paul takes her for a walk. She likes to go for a walk.
I took her for a walk there since she could barely walk.
I know. You tell them the funny story about the turtle. Yeah, I walked down here.
The pond was up more, and I said, "Sis, if it's summertime, you could get out there on that rock and just jump off in the pond." She said, "No, Paul, them napping turtles." Instead of snapping turtles, no, them napping turtles.
Them napping turtles bite my toes.
Bite my toes.
Napping turtles.
No.
Man, I hope that willow tree makes it this summer.
I used to walk her before this was ever a pond, and this drain come all the way down through here. And it was all growed up in timber. And I used to walk with her. She loved to walk down the rocks, and we'd talk about different kinds of rocks and look for fossils and all that stuff. And she just always enjoyed it.
You got the middle grandson, Preston. He likes it when y'all do that too.
Oh, Preston loves it. He absolutely does.
When he was littler, he wanted to be I ain't gonna say it right.
I ain't either.
I'm gonna try. A paleontologist?
Maybe.
Is that the dinosaur?
Yeah, he wanted to be a scientist.
And I guess the pond was dry. It went dry. And he was down here thinking he was gonna.
It's like 90 degrees.
Yeah. I mean, it was the middle of summertime. He's down here gonna dig up some fossils, bless his heart.
I give him a shovel and said, have at it. He was saying nobody's going to take him serious about being a scientist. I said, you take that shovel down there and dig in that pond all you want to. And he did for a while.
He did.
It was hard as a rock.
You couldn't tell him no different, though.
I just let him do it.
I can walk through here right now because there ain't no ticks or snakes out.
Don't want to sleep tonight at all. Just want to watch them stars fall. With you, don't want to try to make up dreams just to be seen. I want to lay here beside you, all quiet. Fire breath and open sky. It's not what we know, it's where we go. I grow wings and tell her goodbye. Oh, it's not what we see, it's what we choose to be. High grass and bare feet. Oh, but you each second is a treat. I keep my balance next to you. It's true. Nowadays there's nothing I wouldn't do for you.
This.
Oh.
That's mullein.
Oh, is that mullein that went to seed?
Yep.
Well, I'll be dogged. I didn't even know it was there. I mean, we had plenty, but...
And the seeds done fell out.
Yep. If you let them go too late, they will. The seeds will fall. But they'll fall to the ground.
That's going to be a lot of mullein right
so
here.
There'll be a lot of mullein right there. I guess tell everybody bye.
We leaving? That's the rock down there I was telling Avery she could jump off of.
Yeah. That's where them napping turtles are.
What we see, it's what we choose to